Principle of virtual work. Noting that only the external active force do work during any possible movement of the system. Noting only the external active forces do work during any possible movement of the system. We may now state the principle of virtual work as this expression. The virtual work done by external active forces done by external active forces on an ideal mechanical system in equilibrium is zero for any and is zero for any and all virtual displacement consistent with the constraint. Displacement consistent by the constraint, we mean restriction of the motion by the supports. We state the principle mathematically by the equation delta U equals to 0, where delta U stands for the ideal virtual work done on the system by all active force during a virtual work. Total virtual work done on the system by all active forces during a virtual displacement. Only now can we see the real advantages of the method of virtual work? There are essentially two. First, advantages of virtual work. At first, it is not necessary for us to dismember ideal system. In order to establish the relation between the active forces. Active forces, as is generally the case with the equilibrium method based on force and momentum summation. And the second advantage is we may determine the relation between the active force directly we may determine the relations between the active forces directly without references to the reactive forces. Without reference to the reactive forces. These advantages make the method of virtual work particularly useful in determining the position of equilibrium of a system under known loads. This type of problem is in contrast to the problem of determining the force acting on a body whose equilibrium position is known. The method of virtual work is especially useful for purposes mentioned but requires that the internal friction force do negligible work during any virtual displacement. Consequently, if internal friction in a mechanical system is appreciable, the method of virtual work cannot be used for the system as whole unless the work done by internal friction is included. When using the method of virtual work, you should draw a diagram which isolates the system under consideration, unlike the free body diagram where all forces are shown. The diagram for the method of virtual work needs show only the active forces since the reactive force do not enter in the application of the formulas. Such a drawing will be termed an active force diagram. The degree of freedom is the next section.